It's the biggest island in the Mediterranean, bigger than Sardinia or Corsica, and the city of Syracuse in Sicily is home to round 2 of the 2011 Ocean Grand Prix Championship. Last time out was also the first time out, and the inaugural race of the new championship was in Malta, in the rough waters just outside the Grand Harbour at Valletta. The big boats of the Evo class led the start with Siggy Greaves' Sea-Rex challenging Nigel Herc in Lucas Oils, but it was the Belgian crew of Ferneybough surging into the lead who really set the pace over the crests in a very well-balanced boat. The rough seas challenged everyone, and Lucas Oils damaged a trim tab and gradually dropped away from the leaders. Pierre Colpin and Frank Hamelard brought Ferneybough home in first place. While in Supersport, the shorter hulls found the steep seas a somewhat tougher challenge. Pole setter Carol Pugh made all the running when the race began, outpacing challenges from Sif and then Jolly Drive, the championship's only diesel craft. But the notoriously steep conditions outside Valletta played a bigger role in deciding the outcome of this race rather than ultimate power, and it was Carol Pugh all the way. Next day, the seas were even steeper and the race was brought forward to try and avoid the worst of it. But Silverline's problems were a legacy of day one. But there were none for Ferneybough. Lucas Oil had an open hatch as an additional worry, but that didn't slow Nigel Hook and Michael Silverberg. But gradually, they were losing touch with the leader. And after a late start from the pit, Sea-Rex was running strongly too when Lucas Oil stopped with an engine problem and limped to a finish behind Sea-Rex and Ferneybough. That rounded off a perfect weekend for Ferneybough, and they arrive in Sicily with the championship lead in their pocket and the form book very firmly in their favour. The Supersport race was almost a carbon copy of the first day, with the Italians in Carol Pugh making all the running from the Italians in Jolly Drive, while yesterday's second place finishers, also Italian, destroyed an engine in the morning warm-up and didn't have time to swap it for the spare and took no part in this race. But when the throttle man passed out from heat and exhaustion, Carol Pugh had to wait in the water for him to recover, allowing Jolly Drive past to take the win. And to take a narrow championship lead as well. They come to the second weekend of racing in Sicily, and it's very close at the top of the table. And now this is historic Sicily.
Welcome in Syracuse.
Like all the great cities of the Mediterranean, Syracuse has a great seafaring tradition, but there's a lot more to it than that. Archimedes was born here, Greek civilization and Roman were nurtured here, and now it's a World Heritage Site as well. And of course, it's always been a popular destination for tourists and also for sportsmen.
The place is fantastic, the old city. The people are very kind. The circuit is, everybody, all the teams like it because it's inside and outside. So, okay, now we are, I cannot say unlucky, but it's very flat. But the other years we had it was very rough, and they like it because it gave a lot of different possibilities to the boat. And normally we have on the whole side where you can see the race, it's full of people. Everybody is coming for the weekend to see the races, and they are very, how can I say, they like the sport.
Time to go racing, and we start with the Supersport, standard boats with standard engines, but the high temperatures were affecting even the performance of these.
We have just some problem with the right engine because all the laps is all on the right side, so, you know, but we are just limited to the top 2 temperatures. Never mind. I think that we are okay.
No worries for the 3-man crew in Jolly Drive, hoping to repeat their Maltese victory here in Syracuse.
The boat is going very well, and so we are absolutely happy.
Even happier are the crew of Carol Pugh, leading the World Championship as they arrive here, and clearly the fastest boat out last time in Valletta.
I'm very happy for staying in Syracuse because it's very beautiful places. And today finished the testing, change maybe propellers, and I hope to win the race because I'm in the first place in the World Champion now.
The bigger Evo class boats have more opportunity for fine tuning, especially if you are the designer and builder of them.
I see the water is different than to Malta, so the setup will be a completely different one. We're just changing the spark ignition, and we changing propellers to be adjusted on these conditions here. But we get it, we get it.
Lucas Oil is a brand new hull this year for the Scandinavian Offshore Challenge team. It looks fast on the water, but it's still got a lot more to give.
So Mike and myself have spent a lot of time testing in Rome prior to coming down here, and we're getting there, but it's a long track to get the results you need.
Points leaders Ferniveau looked ready to rumble right from the start and looked perfectly balanced on the calmer inshore waters, but there were still some concerns.
You have to know we have to do 3 races this weekend, so it's impossible to start and go till the end on full throttle. It's impossible for the engines. We have to save them a little bit. So we're gonna look. We start on full throttle and we will see what we're gonna do. But for sure we have to save a little bit the engines.